Okay, this is All Masks SRM. Just like my All Dungeons tutorial, I will not explain everything, so this is not a full beginner tutorial. I assume that you already have experience with the game and also experience with SRM. Also, if you came to learn a category that resolves about side quests and, you know, actual gameplay, you came to the wrong place, because this category is completely degenerate. Yeah, anyway, let's get started. So this is the start of second cycle. First cycle you just buy bomb back and you know the drill, right? So we're gonna start with hitting this owl. And then we will go to laundry pool. And we will collect the ferry. And I think optimally you can get a sword recoil there and stuff. So this is going to be the first position setup here for Light Note SRM. In Laundry Pool we will set up the position setup to glitch the Honey and Darling entrance later. So we are going to use a lot of wrong warping from Honey and Darling. You will see later. So I should explain a little bit about what we even do here, just so you know a little bit what's going on. So this here is the second position set. Currently this is all just zeros. I guess I screw up a little bit. So this here is the first position set for void outs. And then after this here comes the second one, this is just zeros, and then this here is the third one for death warps. The second one, it's very interesting. This is on the English version only set by Song of Double Time Night Transitions or the Clock Tower opening cutscene. At least that's the only two things that set this position set here, as far as I can tell. And this is really good because we can do a position setup anywhere and store it and later use it for Light Note SRM. And yeah, just don't make a night transition with Song of Double Time after you stored this before the Light Note SRM. So yeah. You can have a day transition, by the way, that doesn't matter. So anyway, this setup. You get into this corner, do 2 steps, back a little bit away from the wall, do a step forward, turn around, 3 of these shield cancel slashes, target and slash, back walk to the wall, put away sword, 3 neutral rolls, target slash, neutral slash, turn right, and then 3 slashes where you target slash, but then you untarget before the slash finishes. So like this. Yeah, and that 3 times. Then 2 shield scoots down. The way sword, do a roll. Do 1 scoot right. 1 scoot right. Yeah, there we go. And now do some ESS clockwise. So I prefer this from this angle because I like ESS up and left. But yeah, whatever, you can just keep the camera before how it was earlier. So ESS clockwise to this, then adjust this here. I like to go a little bit to the left and then up, because then you can actually see that you got the ESS up. And then 3 ESS, yeah, left. So we need to invert because we want to make it to Carfire's mask. To Carfire's mask, because otherwise the mayor would be closed later. So we're gonna invert here, or you can also mess around with this, maybe invert later. But I invert here. So now we play Song of Double Time to store the position. And now we get Bremen mask. So now we leave and go to Terminal Field. And now we need to hope for RNG to give us a bomb drop. So we're going to observatory. As is tradition, I can't hit any bush. So depending on how much time you waste here, normally there would come the deco transition, whatever. Not exactly new fire. So if you will have bad RNG and waste a lot of time here, you will need a different sun song setup later. We will see when it comes to that. So yeah, now comes chest SRM. So this is the same as it always is. Except you can use 2 bombs in this category because we enter with Deku. Normally you would do a recoil flip. And then you would need to use a Deku bubble here because you only have 4 bombs. Any minute. Hope this works. So, and yeah, bonk of course there. Now we need to blow up this balloon for a heap manipulation later. So this balloon will not respawn, and the light nodes heap setup later will need this balloon to be gone. Early pause thing. So the items we are going to SRM. I'm gonna start with the lens. Let's just target just 2 ESs, left or right. The next item is what is this? Target chest and 3 ESs left or right. This is blue potion for stone mask. So that is just faster than red potion. And we need a fast chest animation for Sunsong, so just open the chest with targeting it. 1 ES right. From Chateau it's after fast chest opening 2 ESs right. Into this corner, and this movement, what I do is not exactly optimal, but whatever, you can roll faster there. But I keep messing that up. So this is Chateau. Now we need Darts Wallet. So target this wall, 5 ESs left. 2 C up right. And walk into the chest and out. So this is powder keg. Turn left and do ESS down, except I hard suck at ESS down. Okay, there. And yeah, 7 ESS total to this. The first one needs to be ESS down, and then you can do ESS left if you want. Song of Soaring, turn left. 1 C up left, and then ESS left to this. Goron mask is after fast chest opening, just touch this wall and side up out. Zora mask, stand a little bit to the left, turn right, and 3 SS right. So now bomb bag, we are going to take bomb bag 30 just because it's the fastest one, and 30 bombs are more than enough. Touch chest, turn right, 3 ESS up, and then yeah, I roll out there. Maybe you can also walk out, I don't know. And then we need an equip swap item, which is just target chest, and do some ESS left or right to this. And yeah, 6 ESS total. This is Swamp Deed. We will just need that for equip swap. So have we everything? Looks like it. So I'm gonna equip Goron here. So we have Sun Song, Song of Soaring. So yeah. And Wallet, I guess, yeah. Optimally, you don't take a hit there because we will have crit health after the fairy mask, and optimally you don't want this because then you don't need to farm health. But whatever. Okay, so we are going to get Carfax mask. And then comes the first Sunsong setup. So my setups here, they can probably be better, but about this in-game time I do a backflip here, side hop like this, and then I just hold right. This is about the time. Another setup, if you are a little bit later, is side hop left, 2 punches. And then hold right. So this should be a little bit earlier. Yeah. And if you are very late, I have a setup, but this is pretty unrealistic actually to need. This corner, punch and hold up. But this is very early now. So this is over an hour. And yeah, if you want other setups for other possible needs, then you would have to make them yourself. So this is just what I have now. So usually the setup here is the one to use. And then of course uninvert here. If you can somehow manage to farm up to 100 rupees, you would save sometime later in Curiosity Shop. But I don't know how realistic that is. I'm just at 43. Well, probably not that realistic. And we're going to get Fairy Mask. First try, let's go. So yeah, we have crit health now and we need non-crit health for the next position setup. So optimally you don't even run into the spider. But first we get Camaro Mask. Well, actually would need health anyway because we are Goron boosting, I just realized. Okay, whatever. So you can run into the spider if you want. Oh wait. I don't know. Just don't run into the spider. I used to roll around the other way in terminal fields, so I used the Deco Flower again, which I then realized didn't make much sense. So that's why I forgot about this. Nice bomb drops. Are you kidding me? Oh, there's a fairy. Which of course doesn't heal me. Nobody saw that. Also, you would of course walk a little bit over here. And now comes the second position setup. So position setup on the stairs here for swamp skulltulas. So you're gonna roll into this corner here, and as you can see now, my X position ends in F1. It can also end in F2, it doesn't really matter for us, just the skulltula count will be different later. Yeah, if you have this F1 then you will get 14,275 skulltulas. And if you get F2 then you will get 14,531 skulltulas. So yeah, just if you are curious. So turn left here. And here slash with the target, and then do 2 slashes with shield cancel. Turn and jump slash, and then backwalk into this wall here again. One normal slash. And here one target and 2 right. And now we need Zora. Unfortunately, the only reason why we need to SRM Zora is just for the setup here. So 5 neutral slashes. You can do those quite a bit faster than I did here. I just did this for safety. Yeah, need Deku here. Face it this way. And do 2 ESS left. Target and wait for the camera to turn up again. Like if I would turn right with this camera, which is the next thing we are going to do, then this would be a different angle. So wait for the camera a little bit and then turn right, 1 Deku spin and 1 ESS right. And this is the position. So yeah, the only thing that can be different here is the X position will be a little bit different, and then Y position can end in 8038, and that is just the different skulltula count. So this would be fine. So yeah. Song of Double Time, and since this is a day transition now, this will not override our previous position in Laundry Pool. So now we are doing the heap setup for Light Node SRM. So this is the fastest heap setup for Light Node SRM with the wall broken and the balloon gun. Later we will unfortunately have to do a slower setup because we are doing all the other Light Node SRM in different cycles. But yeah, this one here is quite fast but also tricky. So you need to pull a bomb midway on the way to a hideout. Then unload observatory, wait for the bomb to explode, drop another bomb, and then charge a spin, and with this spin you need to go into observatory again. And yeah, the smoke from the first bomb needs to be loaded, so you need to hurry a little bit. So I will try my setup here. I will also link you the setup by Fullgrown Gaming, because he does it not exactly how I do it. I like doing side-ups here. as a measure for distance. And like that. So now the super slide. We will use this pot here, while this pot must not break. So we will need to do inverted cam like this here. Make sure to fail this 300 times, like I do. This is absolutely mandatory. So yeah, anyway, still about here. And fail the super slide once. This is also very important. Fortunately, we have more than enough bombs. So what we need to get two different angles here. So the first one is target that there, do some ESS right, do this here, adjust. If you adjust, don't stand too far here because the camera will mess this up, and this is completely different adjustment then, so stand more over here. 4 ESS left. And now we will go into hideout. And now I'm manipulating a torch, but we are not going to drop this stay ref yet. Because when we go into observatory again and then into hideout again, this torch will load at the exact same spot, so we will manipulate it again. So what I'm just going to do is I am walking left, and now the torch unloaded. And when the torch unloads, this triggers light node SRM. So without even having to drop the stay ref, we could trigger one light node SRM. So the second angle will be here, and walk into this frame. I frame it once, whatever. Actually, I equip on this pause here, so yeah. Some ESS left to this, adjust here, and 4 ESS left. So now we can wrap here. And now for this one, for this light node SRM, we can just now roll to East Clocktown. For the light node SRM later, we will need to go to observatory once, unloading hideout. I will explain that when it comes to that. This is a little bit of a dumb reason. Anyway, we can just go here. Also, if you want, this here is the torch we manipulated, which is why it is so bright, because it did not properly unload the light node, or the it was glitched and something did not unload properly. So yeah, the second light node triggered when we left here to East Clocktown. Normally it triggers when you unload the scene, except for the special case that will come later. So now comes a lot of stuff that can partially be in different orders, like this Zora mask warp I'm going to do now. This can be at pretty much any point, I guess, but I do it here. Turn this way, then turn left. So now your angle should be 1, and now we just spin to win a little bit, ESS left. And that was too far. This one. This is the angle. Also, I should maybe explain the Honey and Darling warps first. So you see in the bottom left corner the C909. That is my current pacing angle. But then on the left, no, on the right, the C909. This is the last angle I targeted at. And this is what the warps are based on. So I can now walk around freely, and you see my angle in the bottom left corner changes, but not the C909. And if I would target now, then it would mess it up, but I'm not going to retarget, so I'm just entering here. And this is Zora mask. And now, since this is unfortunately a dead end, we need to soar out here. Pretty stupid, but yeah. There's just nothing else to do in this category in Great Bay. So next what I do is Mask of Truth. Actually, okay, this next thing needs to be in this cycle. So I guess you could, I don't know. If you want to change order, you can also ask me later what's going to work, and I can give you more information about that. So, but yeah, we're going to do the Mask of Truth warp, or Swamp Skulltula warp. So as Deku is really good for angle setups. Turn this way, do 2 Deku spins, and then we are going to spin 2 in, yes, is left, 2.5 circles basically. Was another setup, but I did not like this. So this is the setup I use here. I can maybe put some other setups in the description. Maybe you can see if you like some other setup, but this is actually pretty decent. So now we wanted night 3, and since there are no day or night transitions here, we are making it day and night here. So just between all this the other stuff that we're doing here, just play something here and there. So we are death warping to Gypto Mask. So angle C000, do 1 ESS right, then target and adjust, and then target again and adjust, and this will again do some angle change, then do 2 ESS right, so this here AB00, and we are going to death warp. And once you respawn, just hold forward and jump slash, because what's going to happen is this. Unfortunately, this cutscene here puts us in bounds. So we are going to leave. Technically we still have Chain Warp active, but I didn't really know what to use it for here, so we are going to Stone Mask now. And I forgot, and this is the wrong song. Play Sun Song 3 times in Spider House. So this was not how this was supposed to go. Okay, this just barely worked. And also use Sunsong and not Song of Double Time there, because Sunsong is way faster. Anyway, so Stone Mask. And next is just Mask of, what's it called? All Night Mask. So I'm gonna equip up here already. Actually, you don't need equip swap if you don't make any mistake. But I personally am not relying on that. So if you don't fail your dupes, then you don't need equip swap. Well, you will need an equip swap item anyway for bomb preservation. But yeah, you could maybe skip the equip swap for the chateau. By the way, the chateau is just for money. We're not going to drink that actually. Good movement. So just Sunsong for 10 PM. Nope. So yeah, the first thing is we will delete powder keg. Yeah. So Then we will do bomb preservation. And I failed it, which is fine, you can fail it once. And I quick swap this again, just in case I fail this again. Okay. Yeah, so dupe over bombs and equip swap bombs. And then sell the last chateau. Well, normally you would need to sell the last chateau. I don't, because I failed this. I still have not memorized this guy's text boxes. Anyway, all night mask. So, and now just Song of Time. Also, technically, a test would not even do bomb preservation there and skip equip swap item and everything. If you get perfect bomb RNG, you would not need that. But hell, I'm not going to hope for that. So third cycle we will start with the Goron Warp and then Dongera Mask. You can also put this in second cycle, I guess. Not in the fourth cycle, or what I will do in the fourth cycle, because we will set some flags in the fourth cycle, and one of them is that you have gotten Dongera Mask this cycle already. I guess you could do this at the start of fourth cycle, I guess. But whatever, so we are doing Goron Warp, so this one ESS left, then turn around, 3 spins, and some ESS left, and one more, okay, so there we go, 4E10, 01 rather. And now we are going to do bottle adventure. With the powder keg bottle. I guess actually you could also do it with Great Fairy Sword. I have not looked into that. Maybe that's faster. Probably not. This movement here is not exactly the best, but I'm afraid that I fall into the water. Every time, this sucks so hard. Why did I? Whatever, so after this I will do the Graveyard Warp, and then we will chain warp to Inverted Stone Tower. And I guess you can put that pretty much everywhere. Yeah, my equips are now messed up. Whatever. So there are 2 warps you can do. 2 graveyards. And I'm going to do the noob warp. Well, I will also show the not so noob warp. So if you are not a noob, then you will turn left, 2 ESS left, 1 Deku spin, then adjust the angle here, and then spin a little bit, or ESS left a little bit to this here, 4304. This will warp you to Graveyard from Dampe. So now you would need to do whatever bug limit does, I guess, or maybe you can, I don't know, So you go here and then you do this thing with Zora Mask, which I'm not going to do, because if you void here, then you will most likely crash. And yeah. So what I'm going to do is turn left, 2 ESS left, adjust here, and then do your Deku spin, and yeah, basically almost the same, except the adjustment is before the Deku spin here. So I will do this. And this is now this cutscene, which is of course very slow. But yeah, you don't need to do anything to open this chest. And there we have Kita Mask. And we are entering this grotto here and chain warp from here to Inverted Stone Tower Temple. Turn around. Yes, that's right. To this. Then adjust here and one more ES is right. Well, okay, there. And when you exit the grotto, just hold control stick down, or else you will fall out of bounds. But it's pretty simple, just hold down and then you will land in this corner here. We are in Inverted Stone Tower Temple, just on the bridge. And yeah. By the way, if you shield that, I didn't know that until a while ago, you go flying, but you don't take damage actually. Pretty interesting. So from here on, we still have Chain Warp active, but I didn't really know what to do with this entrance here, so we will just Song of Time out. Fourth cycle. So this is, I would say, kind of the main cycle. We are going to do Light Knot SRM and set a bunch of flags to do a lot of things way faster. So we're going to observatory, and I guess the easiest way is just to roll there and boost over the fence, but if you like, you can do this. ESS left, turn right, and some ESS right. And that was too far. So this, D209, and this way you can get to observatory very fast, technically. But a noob would just draw there, and yeah, is it really worth warping there? I don't know. Note, we cannot warp to observatory directly, because then we would have a glitched warp active, and we don't want that. Because we are going to play Song of Double Time, and that would interfere with that very badly. So now we are going to do this setup here on the stairs again. It's mostly the same setup as earlier. Notice for this time it's important that the X position ends in F1. Now I got unlucky, I got F2. And to guarantee F1 you do a full side hop right, and then 2 rolls, and you will get F1. And then yeah, for now do mostly the same as earlier. And now it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do 2 scoots here, and then ESS counterclockwise to this. We adjust here, and then some more ESS left to this. So angle is 5-9A. So yeah, now we play Song of Double Time to store our position to to the second position set. And now we are just going to change the angle a little bit, and then that's the second setup. And we will just go into aim, so that this is deco bubble aim up to this frame, nice 1 frame pause. And then back to, yeah, where we were, except that the angle is a little bit different, because turning a frame left or right is not the same apparently. So yeah, with angle 578, play this again. And the angles here are relevant for the right destination. So since we are just writing a bunch of flags and it does not matter for large parts what else we write, yeah, this is very imprecise, luckily. So we are also going to write a lot of flags that we don't actually need, but as long as it doesn't anything bad, it's fine. So this heap setup now for the wall and the balloon still there, so break all these pots. Go into hideout, drop 1 bomb. Go back into hideout and walk out again. Break these 2 pots, drop 2 bombs. And now we are just doing super slit with this pot here, basically like just SRM. This is fine. Okay. Now the angles also are the same for SRM here. Just in the end there will be one different angle. The very last angle is different, except that one. This is always the same here. In and out, and the other angle. And equip here. So now I can drop here, and this setup now, because of uncached memory stuff that I cannot really explain right now, science stuff, we need to unload hideout first, and then we can leave, because this time the light node SRM will not trigger by just leaving the area. And the same will also be the case for the last light node SRM setup. You will need to unload the hideout. Okay, now this did a bunch of stuff that you will see eventually. Or actually very soon, because now we are doing bunny hood warp. It's like this. Now we're doing a little bit spin to win again. And that is it, 4201. Now this is of course nothing new, this bunny hood warp here. But what's going to do, what is new will soon to be seen. Soon to be seen. You will see soon. It's a little bit unfortunate that we cannot get rid of this cutscene here. You can set the flag for this cutscene, but it just didn't work out for this category, unfortunately. And you can see Cremia standing in front of the barn. Or the house, rather. And just go into talking range, and you will get the mask. And conveniently also, she will just warp us to Terminal Field. So we are just here in East Clocktown again. Okay, so the Deku Butler race warp. Let's target this. Then here turn around. One ESS clockwise. I prefer ESS left, so I will do it with this camera still. If you prefer ESS right, you can target to do this. So this, then turn right here. And one ESS right. And 5200 is what we want. Now, one flag that we set is the Deku Princess just being at the palace, so we can just do this race here. And I guess I will more or less speed this up in my videos, so nobody will see how bad I am at this race. Also, don't fall into water or anything, or you will most likely crash. Or if you void out in something. So keep that in mind. So we are here at the end, and here you can already equip Ocarina and play Sunsong. Because we wanted Knights 2 for Milk Bar. So that's Mask of Sense. And since we needed 10 PM for Mikba, I'm gonna play Sunsong again here. Just warp away after 10. Too early. You can of course use a loading zone in Clock Town or whatever if you like. And now you might think that this next part is going to be very boring, right? Circus Leader Mask, we all know this. Well, you're just halfway correct, because it's going to be a little bit shorter. That's right, we skip 2 of the songs. Unfortunately, it didn't work out to skip 3. You can set all of them, you just need to play the song once with the form of your choice. But yeah, didn't quite work out, which is fine. Okay, next. This section sucks hard when it comes to equips. But yeah, we wanted day 3. I'm not sure if it's possible that they just throw you out when you're unlucky with Sunsong. Technically that should be possible, but it hasn't happened to me yet. I guess you can also just play Sunsong outside here. Yeah, next thing. Same thing as earlier, you can just go to Karfai's hideout, or you can just warp from here. So yeah, it's actually quite a bit faster to warp there. So the setup I currently have is 1 ESS left turn. And then we need Deku. Two spins, and then spin to win for I think 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 full circles. I went too far. This D02. We are here and just quit out from this. So if you don't want to do this warp, then you can of course just bomb boost. And now we are actually doing a little bit of normal gameplay here, I guess. Well, normal. Normal as in like it is in other glitched runs. Well, except we're actually doing a Sunsong here. But we are walking around and do postman and stuff, you know. And so you can also set the flag here, but I didn't really figure that out, and it's almost no difference, like, you know. And yeah, next is of course Sunsong to make it late, to the right time we need. So the setup that I currently have is backflips here, 2 punches, retarget here, and then yeah, just hood up. And now we just go in here. And bonk there. And we did Kafai quest. It's quite funny, you just need to set 2 flags for this pendant, and having saved Sun Mask in Sakon's hideout. And don't invert here, rather you should play Song of Time. By the way, I think I didn't mention this yet. Don't reset or anything, because that would undo all the glitching we did. Well, mainly the Honey and Darling warps, but also, of course, the current flags for the cycle. So yeah, the Honey and Darling warp is just temporary until you reset the console. You could save it in OWL and create a new file, and then this other file also equally would have glitched Honey and Darling warps. Anyway, this is the last cycle. And we will go to North Clocktown. And this will be the position setup for masking the masks. So this, target this ball, 2 slashes. Oh yeah, by the way, so for this only, what is this? Z position matters. Everything else is irrelevant. 4 scoots down. No. Dude, okay. 2 slashes targeting. Turn around again, and one time 2 frames forward walking and 2 frames back walking. And turn right and do some ESS counterclockwise to this. So this is pretty interesting, the setup. We are using metadata from the respawn position stuff. So the 8-0 from the angle, that is the first byte of the second pointer, and then there comes some stuff after that, and we are going to use that. And yeah, since it's the last cycle, you can, if you like, farm bombs or whatever. I don't recommend it if you have not full health, because we actually want to lose health later. That was very far away. I would have been surprised if I got that, whatever. And the last setup, this is now for a Gorman Bro race. So, yeah, setup for Gorman Bro race, doing the same stuff here again. Doesn't matter if F1 or F2 on the X position. Well, actually now there's a different part here, so you back away from the wall a little bit. Then do 1 ESS right and 6 rolls. Retarget, and now from here on it is the second part of that other position setup. So, and from here you turn left. Also, I think I did not mention this yet. From this angle here with C000 or ending in a 1, this camera has the 1 in the end. So when you turn this way, you have angle 1. However, if you turn from like this way, you have angle 0. Yeah, for this here, this is actually relevant that you have angle 1. And we are adjusting this by aiming 1 frame left and right. Can also go right and left, doesn't matter. And now we are going to spin to win it again with ESS right. And don't do that, what I just did. So just hold ESS right and then try to retarget. Yeah, there we go. I mean, if you can of course also do this without targeting, but this will be very tricky and maybe slow. So yeah, this is the angle, 5BF. And now heap setup is again what we did in 4th cycle. Also, we have great spin, by the way, for no reason. I definitely did not fail this 5 times and cut this out of the video or anything. So yeah, this angle here again is the same as the first 2 times. And now this angle has a little bit different adjustment. Well, it's actually way simpler even. Because we just adjust with the angle we have. And that's it. And yeah, as I said earlier, for this one also you need to unload the hideout. So, yeah, last Honey and Darling warp. So, angle 0, 1 ESS left, turn right, and spin to win. Is it clockwise or counterclockwise? Yeah, counterclockwise. So 2.5 full circles, basically. Do this 6A02, and you just won the Garo mask, of course. Now it might maybe technically faster to just SRM Epona song and do this manually, but At least now we also have a glitched warp active. So just target this here. So we move to this, adjust here, 1 ESS right, and adjust here, 1 ESS left. I hate this game. Yeah, I guess you know better how this works than I do. Anyway, just death warp. Maybe actually you can avoid out here, I don't know. I didn't test this. So I didn't show this earlier, we mask a lot of masks, but not all of them. So we need to give away a few of them. So, want to goat. Also, what I found out while making this, if you don't have enough masks to enter a trial, they won't even let you give you away the masks. So yeah, 1 to goat, 2 to Gaiok, and then of course the last 4 to twin mold. If I did not have 4 masks left, then twin mold would not take them. Where the heck? Oh, twin mold is going clockwise, I think, right? Well, not exactly optimal movement. And yeah, unfortunately we are forced to go into this trial. And that's all the masks. Just double checking if I didn't forget anything. Well, I guess bad time to look if I forgot something. So the weird thing is, even if you don't have a mask, you can set the bits for masking them, and then this still would work. But anyway, I guess this should have been all the masks.